Hi guys, NCWQ here. I have y'all looking at the National Hurricane Center and Center Pacific Hurricane Center site, and you can see where Hurricane Hilary is. I'm going to show y'all the mapping for the time that it should be expected in your area. By Sunday 8 a.m., it would be around this area, right off of Baja California. By Sunday, 8 p.m., it should be up California, Nevada area. So expect throughout the day today for conditions to deteriorate. The areas that are in the mountain areas are the areas that are probably more concerning, as I have read today that those areas can expect to see at least hurricane winds. Um, Remember, Death Valley is the lowest land area. So if you're in that area, you might want to leave. Um, what else? And family or people, I don't know if they're family or not, but people down in Mexico, there's already been a tragedy. Um, 5 people were swept into the water and one man was killed. The people were rescued, but they were, I guess, killed trying to cross a area and were swept into the water. So let's see what else. So we're going to take a look at this. This is the expected flooding area. You see the pink, which would be Los Angeles, Bakersfield area here is Bakersfield is here and Los Angeles is here. Los Angeles will get at least 40% of the rain. The pink area is 70%. The yellow area, which is Bakersfield, is at least 15%. And when you're looking at the green, it's 5%. I've been posting these on the groups so that people can see how much rain they're talking about and the expected areas. This here is through Monday morning. This here is through Tuesday morning. So the rain won't stop through Tuesday and into parts of Wednesday. You're still going to see some rain down here below Nevada and little part of Nevada here, and then up above into some of it into Oregon and Washington State. The heavier rains will be at least 15%, and the lighter rains will be 5%. But that would actually be good for areas that need the rain. Las Vegas can expect 40% of the rain. But we're not just talking about Nevada, we're also talking about Boise, Burns, Pendleton, Spokane, Omak. This is the greatest risk for flash flooding over the next 3 days. Okay, what else? Wind advisory. Now, when you look, you can see that this is tropical storm force winds are on the outside. Hurricane force winds are in the middle. So you're not everybody going to see tropical storm winds. You're going to see hurricane winds only in the middle areas where it hits. Now let me look at windy. And we'll see this is where the storm is now off of Mexico. So let me look at satellite view here. You can see where it is now. It is here. So it has not totally reached up into California yet. And if you're getting anything, you're going to start seeing rain bands come through. And in between the rain bands, you might not see anything. Hopefully, it won't be much to worry about, and this will just go away as quick as it came. But it's always good to be prepared because you may end up with no electric. So make sure your phones are charged. If you have a charger in your car, if your electric goes out, you can always charge your phone off the car. Make sure your car has gas just in case you need to leave. Know where your emergency shelters are. And water. Water is a big important. I live in North Carolina, and we had a hurricane here several years back. And our electric, I live right about here where Fayetteville is, right there. But the storm came through this way. It came through this way, went this way, came this way, and then back up this way. So what happened during those 2 weeks was we ended up losing electric. We ended up losing water. And the electric was back on, but we didn't have water for the next 2 weeks. Actually, the electric took over a week for it to be back on. And water wasn't for about 2 weeks. And the only lucky thing is there was a guy who came down to the gas station on our road each day and he was giving out cases of water. So that was the only lucky thing because a lot of people didn't stock up on water. And what happened is the aquifer, I believe that's what it's called, that they use to store the water, had become tainted. So you couldn't drink the water. There was a water message that came out, an alert that told people not to drink the water. So that is something else to be concerned about, um, because when these little streams overflow, they can also cause water to become tainted. Like we have streams that, if you look, we have this is the Cape Fear River runs up through our area, and when the Cape Fear River overflowed, that caused the water in our area to become bad because it affected the water in the system. I don't know what it's called, you guys, so trying to explain it the best that I can. So yeah, keep an eye out because if you get an alert that you can't drink the water, do not drink it. I would suggest that everybody have bottled water enough to last you for at least 2 weeks and ration it. What else? One of the biggest things I've noted about California is when y'all have heavy rains, it does flood. So I would be keeping an eye out for the areas that are known to flood. If you have pets and you have to leave your house, do not leave your pets behind. Your pets are part of your family. Um, Make sure that you put a tag on them or that you write your name on their collar if they become detached from you in some way. That way, someone who finds them will be able to get them back to you. Put your phone number on their pet collar so that they can call you. Um, what else? One of the things that we had a problem with when we had a hurricane was food. Make sure that you have enough dry goods that you can eat without having to cook them in case your electric is out. Um, Canned food, um, we had crackers, peanut butter, things that you do not have to refrigerate. Remember that if your refrigerator goes out, there is a shelf life, and after that shelf life, do not eat it. Throw it away. Um, I believe it's 4 hours after the refrigerator goes out because the food will become too bad and spoiled. Okay, so what else was I going to talk to y'all about? Oh, yeah. I'm going to show y'all the East Coast. The East Coast is looking pretty similar here. There is now a tropical depression 6, which has formed. These changed since yesterday. This one is now 80% chance of forming within the next 7 days. Um, this little yellow one, um, it's moving at 15 to 20 miles an hour, and a tropical depression could form as it approaches the western Gulf of Mexico coastline by Tuesday. Formation through the next 48 hours is a low 30%. Formation through the next 7 days is medium 50%. This one here, disturbance has a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. Showers and thunderstorms continue to show signs of organization and association with an area of low pressure over the far eastern Caribbean Sea. Additional development of the system is expected, and tropical depression is likely to form during the next couple of days as it moves westward to northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour over the eastern and central Caribbean before turning northward and moving into the southwestern Atlantic Ocean by midweek. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall is possible over portions of the Lesser Antilles during the next couple of days. Enters in the eastern and central Caribbean should monitor the progress of the system. It has an 80% chance of forming in the next 7 days. Tropical Storm 6 is moving west at 13 knots, 15 miles per hour. This one has an 80% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. Further development is not expected by Monday. And then we got a newbie that just came off with a 50% chance. So keeping an eye on these, hopefully none of these will approach the United States. We haven't had one this year so far, and hopefully we won't. And the Central Pacific actually looks nice and clean right now. All right, so wildfires. There was a wildfire in California. Let me see if I can find it. I did post about it on my California group. Um, Let me see if I can find it. 'Cause I did just post it. I don't know where it's at though. Hmm. I do not see it. Okay, there's a vegetation fire that broke out in Lompoc, New Cayama. They did do a evacuation. The vegetation fire in Lompoc was reported at the 5,000 block of Hapgood Road on Highway 246 that goes to and from Lompoc and Buellton. According to Santa Barbara County Fire spokesperson Scott Safechuck. Safechuck said residents in the area were evacuated in order to take down the fire. It currently stands at 50% contained and burned 1 acre with a potential of 10 acres after containment. The Hapgood fire was reported at approximately 12:39 p.m. and forward progress stopped at 2:06 p.m. Crews remain on the scene for containment and mop up. So that was in California, just so y'all know. Alrighty, what else? Since I don't want y'all on there. Okay. Anyways, you guys, that was your update for Hilary. I hope that y'all remain safe. Hopefully, this storm won't be as bad as they are saying it is. Remember, sometimes the news will upplay it to make it seem a lot worse than it is. I would still keep my eyes open. I would still be prepared for flooding or for electrical outages. Don't be those people that decided to go through flooding. Remember, don't drown, turn around. Okay? That's a very simple phrase to remember. Do not drive through flooded areas. Your life is worth more than doing so. Remember to keep an eye out for your neighbors. your family, your friends. There was a woman that was on one of my groups who was asking for help to take down an awning because she was in the um, path of the system as it comes. Hopefully, someone did reach out to them and did get that awning removed. Anyways, you guys, remember to keep an eye out for each other. Much love, God bless, and I hope y'all have a nice and safe Sunday. Much love.